Hello and welcome to another podcast episode of Stoke Fan TV with myself, Sam. And today we're joined by Hoppo and Alan, all the way from Canada. But first, before we go into the show, make sure that you click the like button underneath this video and you click the subscribe button to make sure that you have subscribed to our channel. That way you'll get notifications every time we post a video up and you can't miss a show. Hello, Hoppo. Welcome back to the show. Hello,
Hey, Sam.
Al. Hello,
Hey,
Al.
Sam. Hey, Hoppo.
How's it going?
Yeah, Alan.
Oh, it's absolutely marvelous. It's a balmy plus 5 degrees Celsius here right now. So
A little bit chillier than it is over here. You all right, Hoppo?
All good, mate. Yeah, a bit of a cold, so if I sound a bit snuffly, then got a bit of a cold. So, but yeah, apart from that, mate, really good. Can't complain.
No, cheers for coming back on the show. So we're doing this show now. We're going to be releasing this on the Monday now, which is a day later than usual. Apologies about that. After the Portsmouth game where we won away 1-0. Now, unfortunately, I was unable to watch the game at the weekend, so I'm going to leave the analysis over to Hoppo and Alan. I've heard that we were a little bit lucky. Hoppo, I'll start with you, mate. You were there. Fair play to you.
Yeah. A few different things and a few different fans and what their manager was saying, and there's been a few comments around we were lucky. Kind of get what people are saying. However, I don't wholeheartedly agree because I think we were way by far the best team in the first half. We created some good opportunities. Really, could have gone in, maybe 1-2 goals up. The one from Manu for skies over. There was another one that was close. So we definitely were the best team in the first half. There are full of questions. I don't think Portsmouth really played a glove other than us the first half. Nothing of note, really. The second half, it became really open. They came out really strong, which you knew they were going to do. Created some great opportunities. Victor again makes a fantastic save. And then it became a netball game. I thought it was a good game to watch. It was very open. It was end to end. It was very scrappy, very physical. And it could have gone either way, really. I'd say we were fortunate with the goal. But I think in football, you make your own luck. And those games before we would have lost. So don't tend to buy into that we were lucky. I thought it was a very hard fought win and a game, like it could have gone either way, but we came out on top and we've got to really be happy about that, to be honest with you. So I'll take it all day, every day. Those are the games. If you want to progress, you've got to win, and we've won. We're right up there on the table. So still work in progress, still a lot to do, but I'm happy with it, to be honest with you. I enjoyed it Saturday. It was a good away game, and yeah, roll on next week.
Cheers, Hopper. You make some very good points there. Al, you're nodding. What do you reckon, mate?
No, I agree with Ian. I mean, the first half we definitely outplayed Portsmouth, but when you look at the overall general stats of the game, I mean, both us and Portsmouth had 11 shots. We each had 3 on target. Possession was, I think, just slightly in Stoke's favor over Portsmouth. So it was again, similar to our past few matches where, again, it's a game, a tale of two halves, right? We were either great in the second half or the first half. It just seems we can't seem to string both halves together to come up with a complete package. And what Ian said is, definitely in that first half, I mean, the one that Million, skied over the net was, again, there's how many shots do you take and how many go in? Well, we had 3 shots on target. The reality is, I think Hoppo was right that we should have had at least 1 in that first half. Now, we won with an own goal from a Portsmouth error, and it doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't really matter. A goal is a goal is a goal, whether it's pretty or it's an absolute puddle of crap. It doesn't matter. What matters is getting that 3 points, because you're not going to be awarded any extra points for pretty goals, right? You're awarded points for scoring. So, and I think, Sorba, watching that, I probably replayed that goal about 20 times. And it's almost like Sorba knew that defender was going to go up for that. I don't know, but I think Sorba's a very, very intelligent player. But One thing I'm going to say here, and I kind of came to the realization listening to the commentary from the match, is that it seems that we've become accustomed, or we almost take Johansson for granted. Now, he made a brilliant save to keep Portsmouth off the board. His, the way he plays the ball and thing, he really brings something else to this team, and I think that's one thing that we're lacking in the scoring department, but we have the best defensive record in the entire league. And I wonder if that defensive record, I mean, don't get me wrong, Wilmo and Maxi, Maxi and Phillips played really, really well. I was really impressed with our back four. But we have to give Johansson the credit. That guy has absolutely shot the lights out this season. And without him, I'd be a little concerned about these games going from, us getting 3 points to us getting 1 point or nil or none, right? So,
yeah, you made some very good points there. I think it's very obvious that we've definitely got the best goalkeeper in the Championship, and I think the record says that for the past few seasons on the trot. You made some very good points, and you beat me to it about Taliaferov as well. I noticed today that he's been announced in the EFL Championship Team of the Week. I was going to ask you about his performance. What did you reckon, Al? Because you've already mentioned his name.
Yeah, I thought Maxi came and he was absolutely stellar. Considering that's really only his second game, with us, second or third now, I can't remember. I think he was subbed in once. It's like he'd been playing for us for years. It's like he'd been playing in that position and he knew his role. He was extremely effective, and you could really see his passion for moving that ball up and out of the danger area and getting that down the wing and feeding that ball forward. I think Maxi did a great job. Now, as far as defending goes, I mean, he's a big lad. He's not a small boy, and he used his size to his advantage. And you could see him. He was all over the Portsmouth guys. I mean, at the second that they had possession in a danger area, Maxi was always in there to take the angle away from them, force them outside. I think he played well. I think he played fantastic, and it's nice to say that we have a defense with some depth now, because if you go back to last season or the season previous, every one of us were like a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. Every time a defender got injured or went down, we were like, oh God, right? So it's nice we have that depth there now. So Maxi, 2 thumbs up for me for sure.
It's good that we're hearing good things about Maxi. I think a lot of Stoke fans were a little bit concerned when Lowell picked up that injury, but I think from what you're saying about Maxi and what Phillips has done as well recently since coming in, I think it's great that we could actually see that depth in like we've got in defence. Hoppo, do you agree?
Yeah, I know it's brilliant. Really, it was good recruitment. Getting Ash Phillips back and then getting Maxi. Absolutely, I think a lot of fans, including myself, thought beginning of the season it would have been Krezi, Maxi, Ash Phillips, and then possibly Wilmot on the wing or Junior or whoever. But he played out. He's not managed to get in the team. It's his first game Saturday. He played out wide. I wasn't really sure because I thought his natural position was like centre half, but I thought he fitted in like a glove. Did absolutely brilliant. Never put a foot wrong, and yeah, it is encouraging. We've got a bit of strength and depth now there, haven't we? Really in the squad. So yeah, but it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. They make Wilmot's been outstanding. We've got Bosun as well to come back, so it's nice. It's really encouraging. Defending, not seen defending so good since probably the Pulis days. Really, you've got faith in the defence, you've got faith in the goalkeeper, and once you've got a good defence like that, with a good goalkeeper, you've got a real chance of moving on. Moving up. Absolutely. So, yeah, really encouraging. Really happy.
Yeah, it's really good that we've got the depth in the defence. But the next part of the show and the question that is the title of the show is Stoke need to score more goals. And how do we need to do that? Is it the strength in strikers now that we're missing? Hoppo, I'll let you feed on from that, from what you were just saying.
Yeah, if you look at the strikers now, we've got Galley who's really out the team more than he has in. So then your other strikers is Bosnick and Mubama. So you've got really somebody who's come from an academy, untested. Mubama, really talented lad, still learning trade. And then you've got Bosnick, who's come from another league. So they've both an adjustment period. I believe Bosnick didn't have a pre-season. He's a little bit behind, or he missed a big chunk of the pre-season, if that's correct. So they both sort of playing catch up, really. One's learning on the job, and the other one's playing catch up. For me, I just think all we've got to do, we've just got to keep faith, keep patience with them. And I do think the goals will come. When, I don't know, but there's a lot of encouraging signs. Mubama was superb on Saturday. The only thing that was lacking was a goal. He had a good opportunity. Should have done better, really. But he's a young lad. He's raw. His movement is exceptionally good. Defenders don't know how to pick him up. If we can get used to that, and play the right balls into him, he keeps going, keeps working hard. The goals will come for him. That I'm absolutely sure. And similar for Bosnick, really. It's just a case of just being patient, stick with what you believe, and that'll come. I'm sure they'll start to get some goals. Whether they'll be prolific, I don't know. We'll see come the end of the season, but I do think the goals will come from the strikers.
Fingers crossed. It's no doubt at the minute that Stoke strikers are not scoring enough goals. If we look at the players that have actually scored for Stoke this season, we've got Sorba Thomas, who's currently our top goal scorer with 4 goals. We've got Millie and Manu, who scored 3. Mabama has got 2, along with Lewis Baker, who's also got 2. And then Lowell's also got a goal as well. So we've got 5 players in the team at the minute that have scored. Only 2 of them goals have come from a striker. Now, Alan, I've just asked Hoppo about what does he reckon to the strength in the strike force at the minute. And also take into consideration Emre Tezgel just scored a hat-trick for Crewe.
Yeah.
What do you reckon, Al?
I don't think it's a matter of that we have poor strikers, and I agree with Hoppo. I think we have really good strikers. I really like Mabama. As Hoppo said, his movement's fantastic, and his power going forward. When he gets a fire under his ass and he starts moving forward, those defenders scramble to either keep up with him, or if he's playing more of a body game, like using his shoulder and pressing into the defenders to make space, you can see he moves other players. So he has the power. I think it's just he's just missing that final touch, right? That's really what it is. And with Bosnick, Bosnick is a different striker than Mabama. I mean, Bosnick is not I wouldn't say he's not like I guess you guys call them lorries over there in the UK, but dump truck, we'll call it here. Mabama goes through there like a dump truck. He's powerful. Whereas Bosnick is more, I guess he's more like the Fiat that's going to move around and make the space through creativity rather than force. So I think we have 2 strikers with very different approaches to how they play the game. Unfortunately, neither of them are scoring. So that is a concern. And I don't know if it's as much a concern on the service, because I don't think they're getting the service, to be honest with you. I mean, they're getting service. They're not getting quality service is what's happening, right? It's not like every time that Mabama or Bosnick, touch the ball that they're in this, pristine scoring position. I mean, sometimes they have to drag a leg back to get the ball back up into their feet again and those kind of things. So I think there's a little bit of a lack in quality in them getting on the ball. There's a little bit of lack of quality when they get the ball, but like Hoppo said, they're both young guys. And, Bosnick just came here from Eastern Europe. This is Mubama's first run at really playing, senior men's football. So there's that. Now, for me, I don't think it's a matter of the quality of our players or of our two strikers that are healthy right now. I think it's a matter that we need a slightly different formation up front. I mean, we need to try two strikers. We really do. We need to do something. Our number 10s aren't really getting it done, right? They're not really making that happen. So do we go to a 4-4-2 or something, a little less pizzazz, but perhaps more effective as far as scoring the goals? Because, like I say, we have our defense, and I think our midfield, for the most part, really shored up. We need to focus on that front end, and the lack of goals from our strikers is concerning, but I don't think it's a personnel issue as much as it is maybe formation or the support around them.
So you reckon it's more of a tactical issue other than a we need to get a new striker issue? Hoppo, do you agree with what I was just said, mate?
Yeah, I agree with Alan. Everything he's just said. It's the two talented lads. They really are, and I'm confident the goals will come. It's just still finding the feet, and I think there's a little bit on both sides. Like you say, the number 10, it's not working with the number 10. I think that's one area we've really got to do better on the link up play and that kind of thing. They're a little bit isolated at the time. They're working hard and they aren't like answers, not getting the quality service. I agree with everything he said. But I do think that'll come as we still work. I keep saying this. Everyone's getting a little bit ahead, but it's still work in progress. It's still we're still progressing. He's still bringing things in that how he wants to play, and it's going to take time before it all clicks. So yeah, I mean, I just think we've got to stick with what we're doing. I really do. Watching Bama on Saturday, he was a handful for those defenders. They must have come off that pitch thinking, I've had a game there against them. He was battling all day. He was very physical. He's physical with them, and I really like him, but I just think personally, I wouldn't look at changing things around too much, not just yet. I'd give it a little bit longer. And if things, if we don't start getting goals, then I'd be looking to change it around, maybe formation or something like that.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it on the show a couple of weeks ago about potentially going two up front. It'll be interesting to see now if we do or if we stick with the one up front or if we get another striker in January. It'll be interesting to see. We've got a big game on Saturday against Bristol City. Are you going to it, Hoppo?
Yes, I'll be there, mate. Yeah, 100% be there. Looking forward to it. I think
Wicked.
it's going to be a cracking game. They're 4-1, won four in a row. They're looking really good, to be fair. There's a lot of people's tips to do the playoffs or maybe even second place. So, yeah, they're a good side, Bristol, to be fair. Very good side. But I think about the matching of them at our place. I really do. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it'll definitely be a tricky game. Alan, what do you reckon for the Bristol City game, mate?
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, Bristol's done very well this season. I mean, I think they're a very similar team to Stoke, to be honest. I was able to watch a lot of their highlights. I mean, I always, a couple days before our next match, what I generally do is I'll find as many YouTube feeds as I can to watch highlights of the team we're going to be playing so I can say, okay, well, this is what we're looking at. And from what I've seen with Bristol, I mean, they're a very, very similar team to Stoke. I mean, when you look at our records, I mean, they're 6-4-2. We're 6-4-2. We're 6-3-3. The goals for and against, they have 20 goals for. We're 13 goals for. They're 11 against. We're 8 against. I mean, they're two very balanced teams. I think, honestly, the game could go either way, right? But I think, really, when you look at our next three matches, I mean, we have to come up against Oxford after Bristol. And then after Oxford, we have Coventry, which is that's going to make me soil myself. It's going to be, that's going to be a tough game. So, but I think with Bristol, it's going to be really, it depends if we show up. If we show up, we can take 3 points. If Bristol shows up, they'll take 3 points. It's going to be, to me, a very balanced game. I think it's probably going to be one of the most balanced matches we've had this year. So I'm looking forward to it, but I'm cautiously optimistic is the best way for me to put it.
Yes, fingers crossed that Stoke can get a win at home against Bristol City on Saturday. Hoppo, thanks for coming on to the show again. Al,
Mate.
thanks for coming on again. I don't know if
Nope.
you're going to all see the video issues, but Hoppo might be freezing for a few of you on the screen. Apologies about that. I will look forward to seeing you all on the next episode of Stoke Fan TV. Make sure you click the like button if you haven't already below the video. Make sure you click subscribe. And we will see you after Stoke have hopefully beaten Bristol City at the weekend. It's a goodbye from me.
The goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
And it's a goodbye from them. See you next time. Go on, Stoke!